What's up guys, Zenigami here, and you know what's coming up soon to the global version of One Piece Treasure Cruise? Yes, it is the Duval raid! And let's go over some teams that you can use to beat Duval pretty easily. I have several videos up about actually going through and beating Duval, but I know that there's a certain stronghold Frankie on those teams, and a lot of people are going to be asking, hey Zenigami, how can I beat Duval? I don't have a Stronghold Frankie and I see you using him on all your teams. Well, Stronghold Frankie isn't required at all. I just use him because he's convenient and very nice. So the easiest team for anyone to use is going to be a double Blackbeard team. Double Blackbeard is going to be your fastest team. It's going to be your easiest team. Go through and just kill Duval left and right. Now the requirements for double Blackbeard are that you need your Blackbeard to have at least turn 17 or lower. And that's you can get it, a little bit higher if you get really lucky with the attack cooldowns, and if you get unlucky, then 17 turns may not even work. 16 turns or better is should be always be able to do it. And also depends on how many hits you can take depending on your subs. Now you see this team that I'm showing right here, I've got 3 Monster Choppers on because you want Blackbeard, Monster Chopper, and any two other strength characters at all. Any 2 other strength characters. So you can use Gear 3, you can use Whitebeard, you can use Kid, you can use Calgara. The only thing we care about is your health value. You just want to have a lot of health value. And something else that you want to have is the maxed out Navy ship. That is the Marine ship that you get from story mode, because that ship will boost your character's health by 1.5, which lets you get a lot of health, because this health is going to be what we use to actually hurt Duval. Because what's going to happen is, if you are not familiar with the Blackbeard special will deal damage back to the enemies based off of how much damage you take for that turn. Now something we do not want to get on our Blackbeard team is anti-despair. We want 0 anti-despair sockets, because we want to get despaired by Duval, because he will despair both of our captains, which will make us lose a lot of health, bring us back to basically to 25% of whatever our max health was. And then Duval will attack us for 5,000 damage, and then we will get poisoned for another... What's the poison damage again? Poison damage for... I don't see how much the poison damage was. I can't remember right now. So you'll take the poison damage and you'll take Duval's regular attack damage too, and all that damage, if you take 60,000 damage in one turn, that's when you use both your Blackbeard specials and you will kill Duval in a single turn. 777 poison damage. Thank you, chat. So with that, as long as you lose 61,000 hit points, including your despair, including the hit from Duval, and including the poison, turn that around, kill Duval in a single hit. If you do not take 61,000 hit points in a single turn, you can still use both Blackbeard special. Don't forget you have Monster Chopper special to help you get a little more damage, and just attacking him before he attacks you. You've got 2 turns to attack him before he attacks you. So Blackbeard team, by far the easiest. 3 Monster Choppers are just shown here, so that way you remember that any 2 characters work here. And this is, if you're not familiar with the website, this is a damage calculator website. I keep it updated with some of the other guys in the community, including Mon Fisher and XFTS, who is our translator. Let's go on to the next team. The next team that we're going to be looking at is going to be a double Gear 3 team. This is another very easy team to use. Gear 3, of course, and Log Luffy, Gear 3, Rayleigh. Any captains like those all work here. Log Luffy, Gear 3, Rayleigh, Whitebeard, any of those captains work instead of Gear 3. I'm just showing Gear 3 because more people have them than how many people have Log Luffys and whatnot. So with this team, you could swap out Calgara for Kid. The reason we want to have Calgara or Kid specifically is because they're special that deals their attack and strength damage to all enemies, will kill, or if it's not high enough level, severely damage the 3 girls in the back of stage number 4. And I'm gonna show you guys game width here. If you're not familiar with game width, the link right here is to game width. You can go over to our Twitch page and type in !game width. Use Google Translate, and it's got all the text for a bunch of guides on here. They're very, very good website. They've got lots of information on there, and I often use them after either whenever we're working on islands at the same time as them, or just to check up on my numbers to make sure that we got the right numbers. Game With is an excellent site. Check them out. They've also got other team recommendations down here too, and whatever Google Translate tries to tell you with the strategy for these teams. So all these teams also work if you want even more teams to check out. So, but what you can go on here is you can see all the numbers for what's going on. These girls, any of these girls here, they will despair your captain for 1 turn for each, even if they are stalled. So even if you use Golden Pound Usopp, they will still despair your captain. So make sure you kill all these girls as soon as you see them. Even on the stage 1 girl will despair your friend captain. Oh, it's friend captain, not your captain. She will despair your friend captain, so you want to take her out every single time. Kill her immediately. Do not let her live. 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 Any of these 3 guys in the back. And that they are your top priority to kill on any team. Make sure they get taken out, especially on a Blackbeard team. If you get your Blackbeard despaired, that's basically a dead run on a Blackbeard team. So, with this team, Calgara or Kid will use their special, will take out the girls, and you can have your time stalling on the stage, on stage 4 Duval. Stage 4 Duval is also where you want to be using your Golden Pound Usopp to let you stall a couple turns. And then once you get to stage 5 Duval, that's where you're going to be killing him. The recommended powers that you want to have for this island on a Blackbeard team, you don't really need any powers at all. You can have Lock if you want to, but you don't need any powers on a Blackbeard team. It's even more reason to use a Blackbeard team. Very, very easy to use. All you need is Blackbeard with a short cooldown and any strength characters on your team. For other teams, you want to have level 1 Despair, so that way you don't get despaired by these girls, and you won't get despaired by Duval's final boss preemptive attack. And you want level 2 anti-lock, just in case Duval locks you once he gets below his 20%. So you can also see all the numbers here. If you go through our video guides, I have it in proper English because these are just Google translated stuff. Some of it is a little weird and a little weirdly written. But when you go through actual fights, on stage 4 of Duval's fight, he has 400,000 hit points. He will attack for 4.5 thousand damage every 2 turns. You want to use your Golden Pound Usopp here. Take care of all the guys on the outside. And do not get Duval below 50% health because he will enrage, which means he will set his attack interval to 1. So once you use Golden Pound Usopp, kill everyone on the outside. Bring him above 50% health on his turn 2. After he's on turn 2, then you can bring him low, then he'll enrage, and then you kill him on that turn. After that, you'll get to Boss Duval. Boss Duval will preemptively despair both of your captains for 1 turn. Any other team, such as the Gear 3 team, this is where your level 1 anti-despair will come in handy. And he will preemptively attack you for 5.15 thousand damage. Remember that it's 5.15 thousand in addition to the poison damage that you will take from Duval. This Duval will preemptively poison you and give you all bother orbs. So the final boss, you're going to take that damage in addition to the poison, so be very careful with your health while stalling for Duval. You basically can't stall for much on most teams because of those preemptive and those poison damages. He will also boost his defense by 4 turns. That doesn't really matter, it's not too important. On turn 1, if you have level 1 anti-despair, you should be able to take out the 3 guys in the back. The 3 guys in the back will all heal for 100,000 health if they are alive. So you want to take them out first. After that, you can take down Duval. He only has 1.22 million health, which is just a little more than Mihawk raid boss has. It's just getting past these 3 girls without level 1 despair is a huge, huge pain. Oh, it's 700 poison, not 777 poison. It's about the same. This Duval, if you're using a team such as Gear 3, you take out the 3 people in the back, then start hitting Duval. Once he gets below 66% health, which is right about here, you can see here they have a picture about where his 66% health is. It's right on the edge of his shoulder. That's where he will randomly lock 3 people for 1 turn, and he will enrage, boosting his attack to 10,000 damage and attacking every single turn. If you have your Golden Pound Usopp still, if you did not use your Golden Pound Usopp on stage 4, let's say you use Golden Pound Usopp on stage 3 because you had to survive, kill stage 4 and you have it ready for stage 5, you want to use your Golden Pound Usopp after he enrages, so after you get him below 66% health. That's when you want to use your Golden Pound Usopp to actually stall him again. And this is where having at least level 1 anti-lock is very useful. If you have him below 20% health, he will lock 3 random people for 2 turns. That's where level 2 anti-lock comes in handy. That's most of the fight as far as each individual team goes. Like I said, double gear 3, Monster Chopper for damage, Doflamingo to boost your orbs. You can swap out Doflamingo for any other orb booster. Doflamingo is just the best orb booster and highly recommended. And Calgara not only gives extra damage to your Luffys, but also boosts himself and does damage. But you will probably use him on turn 4 to kill the guys around it, unless you swap out Monster Chopper for Kid. Kid on turn 4, Calgara to boost damage on turn 5. Another team we're going to be looking at is Mihawk Slasher team. Mihawk Slasher team, everyone loves your Mihawk Slashers. You can use one Mihawk on turn 4, one Mihawk on turn 5 if you need to. It really depends on how good you are at taking out the girls. Once again, you want to kill all the girls as soon as you can. I have the wrong ship on, so my damage is not actually that. My damage should be higher. Boop. There we go. Thousand Sunny, you want to use the Mihawk ship, of course, not the Thousand Sunny. Number 1 is very useful. He is not only a strength character, but he also increases your damage and reduces damage taken. Highly invaluable as a character. Arlong is just there as a stat stick. Doflamingo, once again, the best orb booster. Ideally, you want to save your Mihawks until turn 5. Use Golden Pound Usopp on turn 4. Just attack with everything. You should be able to take out the girls. Even if you get despaired by 1 or 2 of the girls, that's okay. Because after you with the Golden Pound Usopp, you have enough time to kill everyone with a double Mihawk team. And then use both Mihawks. Attack the 3 people in the back first. Kill Duval after he... Oh, don't... Be careful when you use the Mihawks. Use one Mihawk, but don't use the second Mihawk right away or Duval will enrage. Like I said, once again, he does have that below 66% health, he will enrage. So do not use both Mihawks on turn 1 unless you know you can kill him right away. So on the boss stage, do not use both Mihawks unless you know you're going to be killing him that turn. Alternatively, you can also just kill the Duval and leave the 3 dudes in the back, because the 3 dudes in the back will attack you for... There you go, they'll attack you for 4,000 damage after 2 turns. So if you want, you can use 2 Mihawks, kill Duval on that first turn, and then on the second turn, take out the 3 dudes in the back. But remember, they will heal back up. And the next team is going to be... I think I have 5 teams set up? Yeah, 5 teams set up. It's going to be Aokiji and Kid Striker team. You can use double Kid, you can use Kid Virgo, you can use whatever, but Aokiji and Kid is just there because it is a free-to-play team. Once again, Calgara shows up his face. Some people were asking about how useful Calgara is. Well, here he's kind of, pretty useful. He is once again gonna be there. You can use Kid to wipe out turn 4. Use Calgara either on an earlier turn, a later turn, or even as a bit of a damage boost. Remember that you cannot use Calgara and Aokiji at the same time. If you're on the damage calculator page, you can turn on a special of Aokiji, turn on a special of Calgara, and it reminds you that they are incompatible, and it's only going to use Aokiji's boost. But in the game, if you use Calgara first and then you use Aokiji, then Calgara's special will take precedence. So in game, if I use Calgara first on the boss stage, then I use Aokiji, then Aokiji's special will not boost my striker attack. It only have Calgara on. So make sure you use Aokiji first. You can use Alvida to take a hit on one of the earlier stages, or you can use Alvida to take a hit on Boss Duval himself, which is probably the better plan, or even both if you have Alvida maxed. You can use Alvida to take a hit on turn 3 and on Boss Duval's stage. And the last team we're going to be looking at is the Double Fossa team. The Double Fossa Fun team. It's not the best team, but lots of fun. Double Fossa. Fossa's captain ability, if you're not familiar with it, boosts your damage of strength special attacks by 2 times. So with 2 Fossas, he boosts your strength specials by 4 times. And with a Monster Chopper special that can do anywhere between 2 to 200,000 damage, multiply that by 2 for doing it against a Dex character, multiply that by 4 for 2 Fossa characters, and Monster Chopper can do, at best, 1.6 million damage. So a single Monster Chopper can kill Duval on the boss stage all by itself, and that's the idea of this Fossa stage. If you get unlucky with the Monster Chopper special, of course, you'll have to exit out of the game and come back in. It'll ask you, just hit like the home button on your game, exit out, come back in, and it says, hey, would you like to continue where you left out? Say yes, and then you can use Monster Chopper special again to try to kill that Duval. Blackbeard special is not boosted by Fossa. Blackbeard special will always only deal 10 times the damage received. Same thing with Whitebeard special. Whitebeard special will always deal 30% of their current health. So, although Blackbeard is a strength character and does do special damage, it is not boosted by Fossas. Keep that in mind, and neither is Blackbeard. But guys, those are the main teams to use, or those are the main teams that I suggest using. Everyone, if you can, I would highly suggest using a Blackbeard team. It's very easy to make. All you need is a Blackbeard captain and high health strength characters. You don't even need high attack, you just want high strength. So characters like Ores, and you go to database and just sort by global, sort by farmable, or actually just sort by global units. You don't even need farmable, you'll know which characters you have. Sort by health. And there you go, these are the red characters you want to have on a Blackbeard team. Guys, I've been Zinigami. Good luck preparing for Duval. Blackbeard will be here tomorrow. Hope you got enough of him. Y'all stay beautiful.